Alrighty guys, welcome back to the channel. We're back on officially what I'm gonna say the name is gonna be the sand wrap. I think that's what we're working on now. Oops! These gloves, they're not meant for sanding discs. Last time you guys saw spindles, A-arms, all that stuff. We're now working on steering. And I don't want to go through a bunch of watching me drill holes and stuff like that. So I did a bunch of stuff and got a bunch of little things done. I'm going to show you what I'm doing now. This is how all the steering linkage is going to work. All right, so the way the intention is, and I'm pretty sure it's going to work. I've come up with some really, really whacked out ideas on how this is going to happen, but this is what's going to happen. So we've got our standard steering rod coming out of the firewall from our steering box that's up inside the car. That's now going to go to a piece of linkage right here. So this guy is now going to have a heim joint. This is going to have a bung, and it's going to be connected like so. So linkage is going to come out of the firewall, come down, and go to something like this. That's going to have a bung for the heim joint right here. And then back and forth, yay. Now, what's going to end up happening is down over here. Let me see if I get a better idea. Here we go. All right, so that's going to go into this part right here, which in turn from here is going to go over, transfer through this shaft down to the bottom of the car, down to this one over here. So, and we're going to call this the bell crank, or one bell crank. Okay, so now once it goes through there, it's then going to transfer over to another arm right here. And that arm, let me see if I can get you guys inside here. That arm is now going to go back and forth this way. And it's going to pivot off of this guy right here. I know it's not very clear right now. I don't have very much built yet, but I at least want to keep you guys updated on what's going on. Oh, so going off of updates. So today is President's Day 2024, which is a Monday. And that is, let me get to the calendar real quick. That is the 19th. So technically, if I leave on Wednesday to go to Glamis, that means I have 23 days to make this car like a legit, I'm not going to say like a legit sand car because it doesn't have to be it's got to be something I'm going to enjoy for the weekend. People are going to want to look at and something I'm going to be proud of. But I got 23 days now. And in that 23 days, dude, a lot it's got to get done. Anyway, we're still stuck on the front end. I'm hoping by tomorrow, which would be a Tuesday, all the front steering is going to be done. So I'm hoping to show you guys at least that tonight, and it's Monday night already, between Monday night and Tuesday. Whether it's going to happen or not, who knows? To me, I feel like I'm a week behind, if not 2 weeks behind already. But we like working under the gun, right? That's how we get stuff done. All right, everybody, just trying to keep you guys kind of updated on what's going on. So again, you guys saw how the crankey's supposed to work. So I went on ahead and I cut some plates. Got my pieces cut, saw that. So now here's the situation. Because this piece is fixed, like it's welded to the subframe down here, this piece can't go anywhere. And I want to have a really good like connection between top through the shaft and through the bottom. Well, the problem is if I put this together and I weld it right here, I'll probably end up melting my Durlin bushings because these are just, you know, a solid, more solid rubber. So I had to figure out a way to get the energy or the force or the travel, whatever you want to call it, yeah, to go from this way over here to this way underneath without being physically connected. So I basically need something with splines. So I started looking around with everything I could think of with splines, steering shafts, just whatever I could find. Double D, you know, shafts for steering, stuff like that. I've got some of that, but it's only 3/4 inch in diameter, and I don't know if it's hardened or anything like that. So I actually just happen to have a tiny little axle that came out of a gem cart. And that's got, well, what's left of it now. This is the original cage that went around it. So it's this cute little axle. You know, this went into the drum and, or the hub and drum and all that stuff. But that's all it is that piece in here, which is this piece. And then I ground it off to make it a little bit smaller. Stay. So now what's gonna happen is, I'm gonna use this axle. It's gonna drop through here. I have to sleeve it to make it the right size, but it's gonna drop through and then underneath it'll drop in, and that's what will now be on the bottom of the car, down here. So this is hardened. I know that for a fact it's hardened. I don't think my welding to it is gonna make it like that much weaker. Again, this car is not that heavy, it's pretty light. So that's gonna be my transfer. So what I'm gonna end up doing is, I'm not sure if I'm gonna put it on the bottom of the top yet, because like this thing is just held on with a tiny little snap ring. I don't like that. So I think I'm gonna cut another groove in it to put another snap ring on. And I also think I'm gonna end drill it, you know, just a little bit and like tap it 1/4 inch or something, so I can put like a fender washer on the back side of it or vice versa on the top and tighten it up, just so that way it's like more than one safety. Like it's more than one way to holding on. Like the fender washer and the bolt won't be holding it on, but I'll know like if the snap ring came loose or whatnot, that thing is now sitting against that. You know what I mean? Like just as a safety. So that one might actually be on the top up here. So the bottom one might be the fixed one, which will be this guy. It'll just go through, get welded, and then sleeved. And then what's on the other side will be one that kind of looks something like that. And this will get welded both sides, so it can go click on, and then now I have my way of transferring the load. But cute little axle, gem cart for the win. So we're gonna do a bunch of welding right now. I gotta, like I said, I have to sleeve this. I gotta get all the paint off of it, stuff like that. We'll get back to it. Let's see if I can get in here and tighten those guys up. Dude, look at that. Jackpot, baby. It was perfect. What do you know about that? Like this thing doesn't have any movement. And then theoretically, hey, get back in there. I know these are not the right pliers, but this is what I have. Dude, that's a perfect. Couldn't ask for nothing better than that. Little tappy on, go down, let it click, tighten that guy. Oh dude, that's money. That makes the whole thing nice and tight. Dude, what are the chances of that? I didn't measure nothing. That was kind of just slide it on there, see what happens. Like, this is perfect. It's tight. Dude, you couldn't ask for nothing better than this. It's like it's supposed to be this way. Every single time, I like amaze myself. This is amazing. It's working. The whole car is working great. Ah! All right, let's get this thing apart, get some pieces welded together. So we got first one, and this will be our safety. So let's put this guy on, and let's see. Of course, they're too damn. Now, let me go get my little snap ring pliers. Ouch, it was my thumb. Oh, dude, that's going to be a perfect safety. Look at that. So the first one will hold it tight. If that one comes loose, there's this one. I probably could have made that a little tighter. You know what? I'll probably put like an O-ring behind it. Dude, that would work. That's going to be perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Let's see if I can get this guy back off now. Yeah, baby. Perfect. Woohoo! Look at them apples, baby. Talk about a good penetration. Is this side hot? Good penetration and good weld all the way around. Look at them apples. Woo-hoo-hoo. Look at how cherry red she still is. This is gonna work flawless. I'll get here a flap disc, flap it perfectly flat, and then that way on the bushing, so as this thing goes down and clips down right here, I think I'm gonna put it on the top just so I can always see it. Keep an eye on it. As it goes down right here, this is gonna be a nice flat surface to smooth. Flat, smooth surface to twisty on. But you could not ask for nothing better than that. Okay guys, I thought we all agreed. These gloves, they're not meant for sanding discs. Like that one got a hold of me right there. Good God, that hurt. Alrighty guys, I haven't filmed a lot of making like these brackets and making the trunnion work or whatever you want to call this thing, the idler or whatnot. But right now, we got to make the piece that goes from here over to here. And that connects the steering linkage up here, which is this way, and it connects it to this way over here. So it looks like with the correct geometry of where I need this to be, it looks like I'm gonna have to put a good sized little bend in it. Bring it back to about here and then bring it up. And that's just what's gonna have to be. I only do with what I got. This is what I'm doing. Well, sounds like or looks like my squirrel cage bearing isn't turning so fast anymore. So I've been fighting the steering on this thing for like the past 25 hours. And to get the Ackerman steering correct, stuff like that, you have to be able to cycle a certain way and you have to be able to steer like complete both directions, you know, at both up and down. So what I'm dealing with right now is the way my swing works up here. The way this actually swings, it kind of goes up because if you see right about here, that guy right there, that's my pivot, and my pivot's angled backwards. So what happens is the piece I put on is like this to a piece this way. So when it swings, it kind of swings upward. Well, what's that doing? What that's doing is it's causing it so when it swings to swing up. Well, when it does that, it shortens my travel, and then down here, it ends up hitting my A-arm. So I need this bend in the A-arm because, ouch, over here, actually maybe I don't need that bend. Maybe I don't need that bend in there. If that be the case, that would solve a lot of my issue. All right, so part of building stuff is you gotta take stuff apart. So I'm gonna try something here. I'm gonna try and change, both front A-arms are gonna come apart right now. But I'm gonna change the top back bar from this arm, I'm gonna swap them side to side. So instead of this bend going down like this, it's actually gonna go up and then over. And instead of bending these things up right now or bending a whole other piece, I'm just gonna try and swap this one with the other side. Because all I have to do is cut, well, you know, 3 little tacks right here, pull the bolt out back here, and I could take this one piece and put it right on the other side. So we're gonna try that right now and see what happens. See how good it got it. Oh yeah, it got it good that time. I'm gonna have to cut this all up and change all kinds of stuff. But I think I got to figure it out now with physicals and actuals and stuff like that. We are gonna want to run into one problem though, I do see. So at full bump, this guy right here is touching. We only have about, I don't know, maybe 3/4 of an inch to go up before it slams there. But at that rate, this guy's gonna get to touch it. Again, how many times are we gonna be at full bump and full turn? Like full left-hand turn? Because we're like in line with the A-arm, so we're at like 45 degrees right now. Almost 46, 47 degrees. So, pretty sure this is how it has to work, okay? So I'm gonna have to make my tie rod like this. It's gonna have to go down, back up, but this bend right here needs to be way over here. Alrighty guys, I'm gonna make this the end of this video. Boy, did that kick my butt. But we gotta figure it out. All the steering linkage is done, all the tie rods are done, all the welded bungs are done, everything is done, ready to go. So all the mock-up is done, so now it steers. We got turning. Check it out. We got steering. Woohoo! You know? Anyway, so that being said, everything was just for mock-up right now. You guys don't need to see me just sit here and weld stuff. So we did get another spring though. A buddy of mine brought one over. It's a little bit longer. He forgot the other packs, but he'll bring those over here shortly, or I'm gonna go pick them up, whatever. And we are gonna have this thing completely welded out on suspension. So the next video, Well, we're gonna have this thing completely welded out and on suspension by Sunday. Sunday. Today's Wednesday. Unfortunately, this was all supposed to get done yesterday. And unfortunately, my scroll cage kind of was binding up. The bearing wasn't going good. So right now, this is where we're at as far as this goes. By Sunday, I want, again, personal goals. I want to have the whole front end welded out, the linkage done for the front, and at least the back end taken apart so I could start building all the back. The back shouldn't be nearly as bad as the front, but you know, we all say stuff like that. Who knows if that's actually going to be the case? Anyway. Check it out. Alright, guys, also, tell me what you guys think about this. You know, do me a favor, like it, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think about it. That helps me out tremendously. It gets my channel growing. I get to go do stuff like this, and I get to show more of this stuff to you guys. As much as I know there's a lot of people out there that like seeing this stuff, I like building it. It's a lot of fun to actually do this and show you guys how to do it, or at least show you what I'm doing. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, please, and see you on the next video.